Hey everyone, Kaser. Welcome back to Harry Potter Hogwarts Mystery. Back at it! Back with a brand new chapter, and I don't really remember what the chapter was about. So I'm gonna look at it, just to make sure. So the chapter in question, let's see if I can figure what I'm doing here. The Fallout. You were caught while investigating Olivia Green's office and nearly expelled. While that investigation may be on hold, there are some loose ends you need to tie up. First up, we're going to talk to our brother Jacob. That I do remember. Because the problem is that these chapters are so far between each other, you just don't really remember what happened last episode. I need to tell Jacob what I've learned about Professor Green, Merula, and her dad. Vermilius! Oh, well, hold on. Maybe if I... Okay. I thought it started from the top for a second. Well, if it isn't my favorite little brother. Hey, Jacob. Any news on Liv? Did you learn anything? I did. That's why I've called you here. Let me tell you everything that's happened. Oh, good. Short and sweet. Getting to the point. It's just crazy that we're 45 chapters in and it just feels like we're getting warmed up, you know? Like, seriously, I feel like this is going to go on for another 50 chapters at least. I found a hidden box of Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Whoa.
You broke into Olivia's office? After I released a Wampus cat in the courtyard to distract her. I got the idea from Dad. He said a Manticore loose on the Quidditch pitch as a student. It's weird to think of Dad as having been an actual student once, and Professor Dumbledore as teacher. Wait, did you tell Professor Dumbledore about Dad? No, and the only reason the Circle of Khanna found out is because of Merula. I told her she couldn't be trusted, Casey. Now look at what the mess she's caused. Still, I can't deny you've uncovered a lot since we last spoke. I'm sure Dad will be impressed with what you tell him. What do you mean? That's the news I wanted to share with you. Dad wants to have dinner again? Oh, because the last time went so well. Again? Why? It didn't go particularly well last time. It definitely could have gone better. Second time's a charm, perhaps? Why are you so amicable about it this time? Why, I'm losing my voice. Free dinner. Jacob? Fine. Being angry isn't going to get me answers from Dad. If I want answers, then I need to at least be civil. You're going to be civil. What's with that look you think I can't be nice to Dad? You can't be nice, you can be nice. I mean... He hasn't shown any signs of being nice to Daddy, so what makes you think it's going to change? But he can't be nice, he can be. I think you can be nice, Jacob. Thank you, I'm glad you believe me. That's what siblings are for, right? I promise I'll be civil during dinner. No storming out. Good. It would be awkward if you did that. Come on, let's go. We don't want to keep Dad waiting. What, now? Waiting? No, we don't have to wait, okay. I thought they were going to pull the rug from under us. Like, oh, we have to go right now, you know. Half of Hogwarts is going to die. Maybe in 4 hours. Jacob, KC. I'm so pleased you've accepted my invitation for dinner. Thank you for inviting us. Jacob has promised that he won't storm off this time. I can hardly fault him for that. It was quite a dramatic exit. I was a bit impressed.
Whoa.
You were? Speaking of dramatics though, I got quite an interesting letter from Professor Dumbledore. Oh, that's right. Everything that went down. He had to send a letter to Daddy. Anything you'd like to tell me, KC? Admit you got in trouble. Avoid the topic. Oh, you know, everybody always finds out eventually, right? Well, since you already know, I broke into Professor Dumbledore's office. Or Professor's office. Olivia Green's office. And I almost got expelled. I still can't believe you broke into Liv's office. Breaking into a professor's office is quite a serious offense, son. Why would you do something like that? I'm not sure I should tell you. I can't help you if you don't tell me what's happening. You might know something, Pip. This is your chance to get answers from R about Olivia. That's true. Alright, I'll tell you why I broke into a professor's office. I'm very, very interested to see how this is going to play out, with the files and everything. We'll find out eventually. Oh man, now you... It's okay. We're going to get answers. This is okay. We're going to get answers. Did you really release a Wampus cat? I did? Someone tampered with the professor's memories. I think so. She doesn't remember certain events or people. And the memory vials we found had her initials on them. Her name's Olivia Green. Do you remember her, Dad? She was a friend of mine in school. No. No, I don't. Memory tampering, though. The mere thought. It's disgusting. Rewriting the past. Rewriting history for one's own benefit. Deplorable. Dad? The same thing happened with my legacy. Dad! Sorry, I must have gotten carried away. Your mom used to say that I spent more time talking than listening. Regardless, I support you trying to uncover the truth, KC. It will help you make the right decision. How do you know? I'm your dad. I just do. Don't tell me pulling that card again. You used to do it all the time when I was a kid. To be fair, it was the easiest way to get you to finally go to bed. Always with the questions to stall at bedtime. I wasn't stalling. I was curious. Besides, Mom said you weren't allowed to do bedtime stories anymore. I remember that. You said you were over-exaggerating your adventures. Never. Your stories were always the best. You think so? I bet you got quite a few of your own now. You'll have to tell them to me sometime. Yeah, perhaps I will. You must be joking. I'm glad you two are getting along. Well, he wants answers, so I'll play along with him too. The thing is, I don't know if Jacob is actually putting on an act, you know? I'm glad you two are getting along. Feels like we're... family? That's right, it's nice. It does feel good just to have a laugh. Well, I for one am glad that my eldest would rather trade stories than spit insults. Don't make a big deal out of it, old man. Old? Oh, come on, Jacob, he's not that old. Betrayed by my own blood. I may never recover from such a sight. Slight. Don't think I didn't see that wink, old man. Truly though, this has been nice, kids. I like spending time together. I'd say it went better than last time. You believed I could be civil, so I was. Couldn't let you down, could I? Right. I should probably get back to Hogwarts. I don't want to get into more trouble for being out late. I promised Professor Dumbledore I wouldn't break any more school rules. Yes, that will be troubling. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Jacob? I think I'm going to stay for a bit. Perhaps I'll tell Dad some of my stories. I love that, son. Oh, alright. Well, goodbye. I gotta hurry if I want to be back before curfew. Why do I get the feeling he's gonna join Daddy and Merula and all them? Or is that too obvious? By the way, it is Halloween. At least there's a Halloween update that is hit on the store, the App Store. There's no actual Halloween stuff yet that we can actually do, but it looks like Halloween. My favorite, I mean, it's not a holiday, but it's my favorite time of year. KC, there you are. What's wrong, Charlie? I told you I'd meet you lot here. Charlie's been worried ever since Tulip told him what happened in Professor Dumbledore's office. He hasn't stopped fretting all day. It has been emotionally taxing. Are you saying you two weren't worried? We were just more subtle about it. Well, thank you for the concern. That's what people who are friendly with each other do. You can say we're friends, Talbot. It won't hurt you. It wouldn't, but you'll make that smug face and I won't give you the satisfaction. Sassy Talbot strikes again. Did you two just want to check up on me? That, and we're curious about what all this means for the Circle. Does the Professor agree an investigation stop here? What about R? Is taking him down still the goal of the Circle? We're wondering about the future of the Circle. Then, let's discuss it together. This isn't just my decision to make. I like how I just say all this stuff with my friends and there's like all these other people around, as if nobody's gonna eavesdrop. I think it's safe to say that Olivia Green's investigation is on hold for now. Until she views those memories, we've got nothing to pursue. And since you don't seem to want to chat about your dad, let's focus on Merula. It seems the three of you are in agreement that the Circle has to do something about her. She kidnapped Corey. She's a member of R. We have to make a decision. Do we ban her from the Circle? That's a bit extreme. That makes sense. But it wasn't her doing though, was it? Wasn't it my dad that had said to get her? She was just following the instructions, I believe. I don't want to ban her though, because she could give us valuable information, whether that be on purpose or slip up. That's a bit extreme, don't you think? I don't. Someone could get hurt if she stays in the Circle. The Circle was created to stop R. Merula is R. And I can't let anything happen to Fred or George. Mom would kill me. We'll put it to a vote with the entire Circle. Majority rules on whether Merula stays or goes. Like a trial? If it's like a trial, then Merula should have a chance to speak. I think we have all the evidence we need. It wouldn't be fair, Talbot. And it was fair for her to go behind our backs to R. We're not going to argue about this. I'm not sure what she could say that would sway the vote in her favor. It won't do any harm to have her speak. Then we'll tell Merula about the vote and get her side of things. She's been avoiding everyone though. How are we going to tell her? And who? Seriously? None of us are exactly friends with Merula, Casey. Friends isn't exactly the right word. That doesn't matter. You know her better than us. You're probably the only one she'll listen to. Perhaps she'll tell you something that she wouldn't say to anyone else. You do make a good fair point. Alright, I'll talk to Merula about the vote. See what I said? Slip up! I do also notice that a lot of chapters are just having more and more dialogue with nothing happening. Take this chapter, for example. Merula, I've got to talk to you. Whoa! Well, isn't that just brilliant? What do you want, Casey? Here to tell me about all the fun you're having with the Circle of Khanna without me? No, but it is about the circle. Spit it out then. I don't have all day. I got better things to do than to talk to you. The Circle of Khanna has decided to vote on your membership. What? Majority will rule on whether you stay a member of the Circle of Khanna or if you're banned. You can't do that. I'm a founding member of the Circle. You can't kick me out. And we're dating. You wouldn't do that to the person you're dating, would you? Wait, we are? Screw the Circle of Khanna. It's time to go and fly to the moon. Maybe you won't be kicked out. Everyone is going to be voting. Why are you even bothering to tell me? I was nominated. You deserve to know. Well, I mean, she just deserved to know. I thought you deserved to know about it. And, well, I thought you should hear from me, since we're dating. I can't tell if I want to hug you or hex you for being oddly sweet about this. This whole vote is about you, isn't it? You should know what's happening. Awful noble of you. We want you to be there when we start the votes. So you can tell your side of things. Perhaps it'll sway some votes in your favor. Like, for example, did your aunt force you to join our? I don't see how that matters, especially if you're just going to kick me out. Snap at her, reassure her. I'm not going to snap at her. Not because we're dating, by the way, even though that really threw me for a loop. I didn't think they were going to tie that in like that. It's because I'm trying to help her. I want the Circle to have all the information they can so they can vote fairly. I know. I'm just worried if I tell you, then it'll look bad. Then let me ask you this, Merula. Do you even want to be in the Circle of Khanna? Yes, of course. The Circle is all I have. And you. What about your aunt? No, Aunt Veruca doesn't care about me, not like the Circle does. What does that mean? It means the Circle would never trap me with an unbreakable vow. Whoa. You made an unbreakable vow? Stupidly, yes, and if I break it, I die. Tell me about it, Merula. I need to know. It may shed some light on this whole situation. I'm kind of shocked again, honestly. The fact that she has an unbreakable vow, and we're dating! I'm so happy. So Veruca has been using the unbreakable vow you made with her to get you to work for R. It didn't start out that way. I didn't know she was a part of R, and I was so angry at Rakepick. I would have done anything to get my revenge. My aunt offered to help, was too good to pass up. You lied to me when we talked about it in the potions classroom. You said R contacted you after we left the Final Curse Vault. I know. And Veruca said I couldn't tell you the truth until you met the leader. I made a mistake, Casey. Now I'm paying the price. Did you just call me by my first name? You must be hearing things. Come on, let's go to the circle. I want to get this over with. I think I missed something there. What happened? She called me by my first name? Didn't she always do that? So it looks like it is now time to go to the training grounds. And I'm assuming Merula is going to be with us. And we're going to see how this plays out. Yep, she's by my side. Before the voting starts, how much are you going to reveal about your unbreakable vow? Everything. Including Aunt Veruca. Alright. I'm just not sure how they'll take the news from me. Offer to tell the circle for her, prompt her to tell the circle. As long as it gets out, that's all that really matters in my opinion. And I'm pretty sure they're not going to be like, well, hey, they're just joking. They're going to take it very seriously no matter if I say it or she says it. But I think I'm going to say it. Because they'll listen to me. Then they may not believe Merula. I could tell them for you if you like. You do that? Only if you want me to. That would be nice. Thank you. Ready? As I'll ever be. Here we go. I didn't realize how many people are actually in this group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a lot of people. Thank you for gathering, everyone. As I'm sure you've been informed, this meeting has been called to discuss Merula's membership in our group. Tonight, we'll be voting on whether she stays in the Circle of Khanna or if she'll be banned. But before we begin the vote, there's something that everyone should know, and it may change things. The first thing you should know is that Merula's aunt is the director of R. The second thing is that Merula made an unbreakable vow with her aunt before she knew she was a director. Merula vowed to always remain loyal to her true family. If she doesn't obey the director, then she'll die. Trying to read faces to see what everybody thinks. But it's kind of hard to read them. I thought it important that you knew this information before the voting began. It's possible that some of the Merula's actions were against her will. Now, with everything out in the open, I think we're ready to begin voting. I guess at the end of the day, as long as everybody knows, it'll give us a better chance of maybe helping her in the future. But we'll see how that plays out probably a long time from now. I swear to you though, if she dies at the end of this, do not do anything to Merula, please. It seems that Victor, Vidia, Penny, and Cedric will be abstaining from the votes. Okay, if you think Merula should stay in the circle, then raise your wand. It's a fair amount of people. That is 8 to keep Merula. Now, raise your wand if you think Merula should be banned. And that's 8 to ban. We have a tie? Not quite, Casey. You haven't voted yet. It seems that the decision comes down to you. Ban Merula, Keep Merula. I don't know how I didn't see this coming. Of course I have to make the decision in the end. Well, remember a second ago? Well, when you see this video, it's going to feel like a second ago for me because I have to wait and everything. I said, oh, if they kick her out of the group, oh, I'm going to be mad. But let me actually think about this rationally first, rather than just being, being silly about this. Obviously, I've enjoyed Merula's company when I've done limited time events and things of that nature. And it seems that whenever she kind of flies off the deep end, she has a reason for it. And usually that reason is actually pretty sound. Now, her reason is also pretty sound. With everything kind of going on with her aunt and everything, she doesn't really have a choice. Still though, do we want to keep her in the group and risk secrets and just valuable information? On the other hand, it could be good to keep her in the group as well, because then we'll get inside information on them. So it's kind of a catch-22 here. I think more good than harm can come from keeping her in the group. So I'm going to keep her in the group. Keep. Huh. Did you see that? Oh, she let out a big sigh of relief. I vote to keep Merula. She was forced by her aunt to work for R because of an unbreakable vow. We can't fault her for choosing survival over death. Thank you. However, you'll step out during important meetings. Then, you can't be forced to share information with your aunt. That sounds fair. I hope I made the right decision. Well, I don't know about all of you watching this video, but I'm happy. And if I'm happy, that means all of you should be happy for me as well. So that was a very, very interesting ending. I have no idea how many people actually agree with my decision or not, but I kind of gave all the reasons I could, and hopefully they seem sound enough, as opposed to kicking her out. It's going to be very, very interesting to know what you all chose as well, though, so let me know down below. Did you vote, in your mind anyway, or if you're playing, to kick her out, or to keep her? Hopefully we get a chance to jumpstart something interesting now. Well, more interesting. Not that this wasn't interesting, this was obviously pretty nuts. The fact that she had her aunt doing all this stuff against her. But hopefully we'll move on to the actual story now and actually move on to everything going on. I think my shoulder just cracked. You might have heard it. That's fantastic. So Scott for more Harry Potter Hogwarts mystery videos, and I will see you with whatever moves forward in this direction of the main story in Harry Potter. So thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye, everybody.